I'm Dr. John Paul. I teach counseling students in the master's degree program, so it's all graduate students. I put all my course content on there, all my PowerPoints, the syllabus, any research articles I want them to read. Basically, even at the start of the semester, they have all the content they need for that whole semester.
Primarily, I use the content area and grading areas. I have students who come into class using interactive TV, so it's critical for them to see the content that is available and I'm using during class. That includes PowerPoint, PDF documents, and other things that I'm showing to the face-to-face class.
I take advantage of a lot of the tools provided by D2L. I use the news, post information about how each class is going to go, give students a heads up what's going to happen, what we're going to be doing, what homework there is, and links to a lot of resources outside. I use the news a lot instead of emailing the whole class. So if there's something that comes up, I use that function, give them a place where they can go and get the information when it's convenient to them, since I know a lot of students don't check email as much as they may have used to.
I use the Dropbox for uploading assignments. In the old days, I used to get 30 different assignment papers handed in or papers handed in that you have to kind of keep track of and grade and mark on. And so that's a more seamless process. I really like that, where they can turn it in, and then I can grade it right online, give them the comments in the document, spell check it and things like that, and kick it right back to them. Then they have their feedback. They can access it anytime. The Gradebook is updated right as I do that, so they have a clear view the whole semester. They know exactly where they are for their grades with all the different assignments.
We as teachers seldom get the chance to peer into somebody else's mind and understand how they are processing something and what they're thinking about it. And by watching those discussion boards progress, I got to see that come out in layers upon layers. Now, was every discussion posting equally exciting? No, it wasn't. But when it would happen, and you would get a subgroup of students who became very, very excited, engaged, enthused, sometimes challenging, about what they were reading, I got to see something rendered visible that I hardly ever see. And to that extent, I think that was a very exciting thing.
The exams and quizzes, I've moved from being face-to-face to being online using D2L. And so my students for the exams, they can complete the exam in the time allotted, but they can choose to do so anytime throughout that day. Although class might meet from 1 until 1:15, students can take that exam from 6 a.m. until midnight that day. They've got 60 minutes to complete it, and I've randomized both the questions and also the order of the questions so that it's a rigorous process and something that I'm confident is truly measuring their learning of the content in the course.
The difference that D2L makes to my students' learning and my teaching is the accessibility aspect of it. If I have students who are off-site that are coming in via interactive TV or maybe through Skype or another method, it's really important for them to see in real time what I'm showing to the class. And so without D2L, I couldn't do that. I would have to email everything ahead of time. D2L means I can add something almost immediately and they can see it. So it's critical to my students' learning because they have the documents they need for their activities and for the learning process.
I think D2L is very easy to follow up. I'm not a computer person or machine person, but D2L is really easy to click on, figure out what's going on. It's really useful when they upload the class materials, for example, PowerPoint or some class discussion we did in the class, because it's easy to remind me what was going on in the class.
I also really like when professors upload content onto D2L, where they'll put the PowerPoint from the day's lecture or the articles that they want you to read. It's so much easier to be able to have it all in one spot and go look for it when you need it, instead of searching through email after email, looking for all that information, or carrying around a tree's worth of paper from all the articles being printed and handed to you.
Without D2L and without distance learning, I would have not been able to fulfill my degree because I'm an at-home mom, and there's no way I would have been able to travel. Even though I'm not face-to-face, there's a discussion board, there's a Dropbox, there's feedback, there's groups, there's locker rooms. It has so much to offer for any student that is willing and wanting to fulfill their degree.
When I turn in my homework in Dropbox, some professors give me feedbacks, like what to do, what is good, what might be added to make it better. When I get feedback from professor, it makes more sense why I got that grade.
When my professors use D2L, I know that they're really serious about giving us all the information and then some. D2L is a way for professors to go an extra mile and really make sure that we're getting not just the information from the class, but any extra videos, articles, anything that's relevant that we don't have time to get to. When they put that on D2L, I know that they really care that we're learning, and they care that they're sharing their knowledge and their education with us.